going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Back at it again, back at it again, back at it again. Oh, I just want to do a Tuesday stream. I could have did some yesterday. But let's talk about the so-called societies, so-called white supremacy, which it exists in a certain extent in America, but it don't really exist because they're losing power as we speak because it's the end times world. So when we talk about bullshit correctness like political correctness, which is fading as we speak, it's a lot of civil wars going on, like the Ukraine is a good example, crushing the Russians as usual. I just saw a video of Sergeant Willie P. Shouts out to him. He talked about women versus white supremacy. He made some very key points about how women act, things like that. And then he talked about the white supremacy that runs the world and things like that. They use that, the pro-black type women, right? And it's very common. You see it in all these spaces and everything else. But one thing I've noticed, he mentioned, he always preached this, and him and Captain Soul, I think he mentioned about his moms and whatever. I thought that was very interesting, but that's in there. Good morning, Degenerate. Good morning. And if y'all watch that in my community tab, that video, he broke down some key points, and I felt like he's on par with it. So what you're seeing now, everybody try to make shit, but we got to do the heavy lifting. So, you got women co-signing that. They want changes, but they don't realize y'all don't have that power. Now, Captain Solo called them grown children. They got that from the original manosphere, because the original manosphere taught that. Now, these niggas teach it, and I hate to say it, shouts out to Ty City and Ramil again, SBEN, that's what you see in the modern day manospheres. Like Mal Meneman and all these other niggas. Like, they do this shit all the time, and that's why this shit is trash. And that's why you have the brain trust trying to counterfeit that. But 3.0, like I said, exists. Now it failed. It's just like and O'Shea did that on purpose. He threw a monkey wrench and that's why it's two. A lot of people think it's one. It's one, but it's actually two, because if I was confident, you need to chill, dude. Y'all not doing shit. You got to do shit to say y'all to stand. Ain't anybody fucking with y'all. You have to look at it like this. Views matter, but it's subscribers and views matter. They go together. And that's why YouTube is going to do something about the people hiding their subscribers. That shit's going to stop, man. You need content. They're looking at this shit. They ain't worrying about these niggas like that. They're not a threat. Mainstream ministry is finished. They scrambling. Niggas already scrambled last year, so you proving their point. That's why everybody's fake on here. Like in 2012, the Hebrew Israelites, we was basically part of the manosphere. We was like the catalyst. As soon as they knock our ass off in 2012, you have to look at. I was one of the few that was on that hit list. So that's 10 years ago. Now, you fast forward now, politics is coming. I said this last year, things will change. They're doing it right now because in 2023, we had this conversation 2 days ago, Sunday. Me and Wacky talked about a lot of things. A lot of things you're going to see, it's going to be revealed. See, 2024, I'm going to say I was right because I knew women content creators are going to make a thing. They want the talk shows. The guys can't have a talk show. You got to be secondary or behind, whatever. And I mentioned that Sunday. And the reason I was looking at that, it's an ongoing thing. That's why that Pineapple show, she's the new Canvas Samuels, Melly Monaco. And I said this months ago, and she's already in higher numbers than others. Them other women ain't shit. Fuck them. She's the one. Because she met Kevin Samuels, and they was going to do something together. When he passed away with a heart attack, she the standard. Nobody's fucking with her. But they going to fuck with her after this. So she gets some people and get them whole models off her shit. She's going to have to clean some things up. But she got a lot of simp niggas support that. But that's the thing about her, because I remember when she had 40-some thousand. I mean, her show's entertaining, don't get me wrong. Like, she's aggressive. But you already know what time it is, man. Like, they know what time it is. And if I was Ty City and Ramil, just keep doing content. It's just like Wacky said, you're giving her the views and subscribers. And I agree with him on that. See, people don't like dealing with wackies. Wackies pull your whole cards. Melly Monaco. Fuck that other bitch. She ain't doing shit. The rest of them is just, they don't run shit. Monaco's got it. And I say it because she's proof. She's already got plaques from YouTube. And she's going to get more. She's going to get 1 million. I told you she's going to get a 1 to 2 million. My prediction, when this summer is out, and if she does more content, she keep doing what she's doing, she's going to get up there. She's going to get 5,000 before you know it. She's going to get 1 million by the end of the year. I said that, or more. She's a woman. And that's their lane. The other women ain't shit. They're not, they're going to fall off. They're going to act stupid and they're going to get clowned. But you can't clown Melly. You can clown her on the niggas she have on, but you can't clown her. She does it all. And she's showing she getting a talk show. She's a failed artist, model, whatever, but she chose that. That's a ticket. That's a meal ticket. She's the catalyst to that. They would prefer have her than y'all's God, which I'm okay with that. Your God had a heart attack. He wasn't much of a God and take care of his health. And the secondary cause was hypertension. Hypertension don't kill. It's an added on. It's secondary. Sarge broke it down. Wacky broke it down last Sunday. This past 2 days ago. And that just lets you know what time it is. But people forget. Bullshit correctness, political practice, that's what I mean. And then these so-called societies, like, to me, they don't exist anymore. They're a bygone age. They're a bygone bullshit age. And you got niggas complaining about issues they should have solved years ago. Because they're cowards. They act like hoes on the internet and be on pounds bitching and moaning about women all day. That's why I respect Ramil on some tip. He's entertaining, but he does point out, like, you niggas need to stop bitching and complaining. I know niggas don't like my ass. That's cool. I don't give a fuck about these niggas on the internet because they cowards in real life. They ain't gonna do shit. They act like a bunch of hoes, and then you wonder why people clown y'all asses. I'm just sit back in the cut and just let y'all blow your brains out, man. Because y'all part of the problem. Not a solution. See, I'll give you a solution. I'll give you a solution on this channel. Like, do the right thing and move on. Like, my advice, don't participate. Yeah, I participate in a lot of bullshit on the internet, just trolling, and after that, I kind of quit now because you niggas is fake, bro. That's what it is. I cut a lot of things out. I have to get back to the content what I used to do. And 10 years ago, I'm going to be consistent with it. There's a lot of niggas that don't understand political correctness. Like, I call it bullshit correctness to me because they promote a lot of bullshit. And then you got these so-called societies where everybody's trying to say white supremacy exists. No, it does not. Only supreme, you making them supreme. They already got YouTube and Google on lock, but you niggas don't want to take that over. It's people that got millions and billions of dollars can take this shit over and give you your own lane, and you don't have to be on mainstream media. But since they hijacked it by these agents and the people up top, y'all not gonna do shit about it. That's why you niggas ain't shit. And I've been saying that the longest, so I've been saying it quite often. And I'm glad I'm back doing this, like this type of style of content, because I'm used to seeing a lot of people. But my point is, what Willie Pete was saying, I kind of agree on some things, not everything, but I agree with him on the woman part. They try to use us, say, oh, he did this, and then he said something about Captain Solo, like somebody called his mom a bitch. And then she wants you to go out there and get yourself killed by another man. That's common on these panels I've seen. Fuck these hoes. And I ain't that desperate. That's why you niggas ain't shit. That's why y'all can't produce nothing in real content. So evergreen versus stagnation content still exists. I still stand on those principles, but that's what you have. But evergreen content, you got to have actual content about yourself. You can talk about real stuff, current events, what's going on. I talk about politics mostly in my evergreen content. And then normally I understand media imagery and shit. But you got people be lying a lot online, try to sell you some shit. And most of that shit ain't true. I got personal experience when I dealt with people, even my old jobs. I got stories where I used to work and I come in days and people didn't want to work. I ain't take no vacation days. I'm consistent. That's one thing about me, especially on YouTube. I'm consistent doing content anyway. I can talk about anything. But what I'm saying about this election year and the governor's race here, 2022 is an interesting year. This is make or break. And then 2024, you already seen. And I told y'all about that Grand Theft Auto game 2 days ago, like the number 6. They're going to probably push that to 2024. They're not going to push that next year. Knowing Rockstar's history and their corruption, I ain't going to say corruption, but they have some corrupt practices. But people love Rockstar. You know, it's one of those societies. But Rockstar is going to use the internet. They already use YouTube. And there's a video I saw, Scooter Brothers, right? Old Scooter Brothers show, and that's where they got it from. And I saw a clip. I just subscribed to that guy, EJ Films. He's got a good channel. And they took some of that. See, Rockstar knows the niggas that do GTA content. If you support it, that's great content. I was telling like the wacky, all the shit that you see in society and those video games, I use that as an example. They sprinkle the shit in, but make fun of how stupid people are. That's what GTA is. I was listening. I was playing GTA 5, listening to Sarge with his latest pre-record talking about white supremacy versus women. This is like a response stream to that, and I want to cover what he said about the women. Well, women gonna do what they do. It's a reflection. And then he said about these boys, yes, they're a reflection of them as well. And they man ain't shit. You see it on Melly Monaco's panels with these niggas. They're failures. And they lie about who they are. And what's this one bitch? Her name's Shanice. I've seen her before. The first time she had her on, she's hard to get. Second time, she just wants some dick. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. She just wants some dick. That's all I say about her. I mean, she's one of them failed models. There's a lot of failed models on Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere else. They hoes, man. 95% of these niggas want hoes. And I respect that. Just be honest about it. You know, just be honest. Y'all want fucking whores, man. They don't give a fuck about you. They garbage can anyway. No one gives a fuck about them. That's why they ain't shit now. That's why most people ain't shit, because they choose to be dumb. They don't want to overthrow the system. They don't want... See, back in my day, in this YouTube shit, I was talking about revolutionary shit that was popular. It wasn't popular at the time, but it got popular over time. I always had that mindset. I know how the system works. People can tell me about other shit, all that. That's bullshit. Let's go on, Supreme Elder, DJ Music. Salute. I'm doing good, man. But it's the same shit, man. Like, I see this a lot. And one thing I learned about politics correctly, like conservatism, and I'm gonna get in the depths with the left and right myth. I'm gonna have to make a self live stream and what some of the problems and the arguments that I see in that, because they don't exist. I have conservatism streams. I discuss people that was on panels talked about it, and y'all can watch that playlist. And it's just what it is. They ain't gonna do no outposts. It matters, but I think Russia's not. You know, their leader is sick right now. He's got cancer and everything else. He's gonna die real soon. Because they are lying if he's walking around. I like most news I watch, they're not showing him like that. They're not trying to disrespect him. But you'll find out he'd be in a wheelchair or somewhere dead in a bunker somewhere. But he ain't gonna live forever. He ain't gonna live forever. I'm telling you, Russia's through. If he dies, that country goes. That means America will be like the ultimate empire that's hard to kill, and it's gonna die within. Because in the scriptures, when we was teaching back in the day, it's gonna die within. But this ain't Babylon. Babylon is New York City. That's where all the confusion goes. It's a city. Daughter of Babylon is in New York City. That's the most popular area in the United States. Everybody else ain't shit. They'll go with it. The whole kingdom is still Rome, you know, worldwide. And it's dying off too, because white man is the end. I think I taught this years ago, and I said Esau's a so-called white man. He's Semitic. You got two different types of white people on the earth. You know, I don't believe in no Yakub theory of it. No, I just believe one came from us and one was just created. It was one fez wearing nigga that Taj Tariq Bey was teaching that. I did subscribe a little bit what he was saying, and I said to myself, I said, man, he has an interesting point, but I did more research, more to it. So, or we may have created him. We don't know, because it could be the black man created him. That's Semitic. You know, it's all different types of melanated people, but we're not the same. And some of them have Kemetic, whatever you want to call it. I ain't gonna get into the biblical thing, because if I did, I had the scriptures and information. I'd rather do it on a live stream to just show y'all what I was talking about back in the day. I was on that type of tip. I don't do those no more, because that's historical shit. It's kind of like the dark history streams. I will go in depth, who's who, and got evidence, and I got flagged off that shit based off that, because, you know, certain niggas want to control shit, and I had to cut them off. So that's the thing with me on that. I leave that shit alone, because I already proved what I'm capable of on that type of content and break it down to y'all. So it is what it is, because they got the information what our people's true identity was, but we was great people. We did fucked up shit. Yeah, we trust too many other nations. We didn't listen to the Most High. We got punished. Now we're trying to refine ourselves in this sorry ass country, and then we're trying to build shit. It's not easy. So the end time, black man's gonna rule forever. The Jacob Esau story that those guys use, and we kind of use, we broke it down specifically why we're gonna rule as an iron fist. But it's gonna take a minute. Black man's not gonna rule this earth until he gets himself right. You can't be crying on no goddamn panels. You can't be bitching about your women. I always preach this, and I preached this back in the day too. And I've always subscribed. Some of the guys at House of David, they broke this down. The order to change women, you got to change first spiritually. Once you get right, she gets right. It's a reflection thing. She's a reflection of you, of complexion. Because her job is to see if you're doing leadership. See, leadership matters. You got to take power. You got to show it. See, they don't want to hear you talking. They just want you to do it. See, on panels, that ain't going to help you. You're going to fuck around and be in the dirt somewhere. But dealing with them, it's not about controlling them. You control them up here first, and then physically you got them. The men know what to do. They just don't want to do it, because they're not men. Those are males. They're programmed to be like that. That's why the so-called white supremacy, so-called societies exist, because Esau want to control every damn thing. He's losing right now. He said he's winning, but really he's losing. He's killing his damn self. See, the black man don't want no power. He's a coward. That's why you're nothing. That's why black means nothing. Ain't no power in that. And we use the term so-called black because what is that? So-called white, what is that? Doesn't exist. It's just brown and red. Going against each other. Complexion arguments. Politics, man-made bullshit. Correctness. They ass is done. Like, this country is gonna die within. If we leave this shit perish. Everything perish. See, us as a people know this. But a select few of us is gonna get it. The rest of them gonna perish. They're gonna die with it. There ain't gonna be no 2/3. It doesn't happen. When me and Elder Young One was teaching that, he said it already happened. Now it can repeat itself. Can it repeat itself? Yeah. But you're already doing it by killing each other in drive-bys, street gangs, and all that shit. People start dying left and right. But that's the type of shit that you're gonna see. But people gonna get mad regardless of what I'm saying right now. I don't give a shit what another person say. Because at this point, I understand how modern YouTube works. And it's fading out. See, years ago, I was going in. You know, if you watch my old shit, my old pre-records, I was going in. I was on a Dell laptop Experion computer. I could have had a Blue Yeti microphone years ago. I could have been a Yeti, man, because I remember when those Yetis came out, 2011, 2010? I could have had something like that. But if I didn't know back then there was audio interfaces good with computers and they had drivers, I could have had something like that and talked y'all through. I had a whole I had a whole small podcast, but I didn't know. I knew what podcast was. It's been around since '04, they say, right? But those were mini pre-recorded podcast radio or live radio. They didn't see you on the screen. On television, they heard you on the radio. He was in a broadcasting booth. Now you see him on TV, and that started in 2012 with the smartphones came. That shit changed. Now you heard on the radio, on the internet, like you have now, and panels that you hear voices, but you don't see the picture like you got now. See, fast forward 2018 to now, you're seeing more people having the avatars and camming up. That's a new style of podcast. And public information and personal information that comes out, but you got to show evidence. I'm the only channel that's going to do that for you. But I'll give you what you need. I'll give you some advice about politics. Like, you got to look at it from a integral perspective of why people do what they do. And then when they get on panels and lie about the information, they don't do research, which I do research. And I don't argue about people about beliefs, because belief systems don't mean nothing unless you practice them. And I've noticed people lie all the time. So I haven't watched a replay of that stream. What I said, I will let you know the analysis, what we were saying about the whole thing, about the Roe versus Wade. I'm not going to get into that topic. We should not be celebrating and praising right now. We should be focusing on getting our shit right. So it's pretty much the same shit over and over again. So to be honest with you, I'm not worried about the next person and beyond. So you got people talking on this madness and talking about, about people SBN, which they are, and then they talk about their God, KS, their purple pill God. I don't give a shit about him. Fuck him. He died with a heart attack. He was a hypocrite, and he started so-called society and political correctness, aka bullshit correctness, what I call it. But you got niggas want to beef with each other all day over some dumb shit and not doing the work. See, I ain't trying to save people. I'm just trying to give you some advice. Like, y'all do some content and move on, bro. Like, ain't nobody fucking with y'all like that. Because I had a couple people just came in right now. Salute to them that came and went. But they gonna hear this on the playback, because I'm not stopping to please everybody. I'm not a people pleaser. They come and they go. Like I said before, because the last time I had most doing this, I had like 20 or 21 people or 18 every now and then, because I can get like that. I can talk something different, give my take on things. But one thing I've noticed, people love bullshit. And Melly Monaco, I told them niggas, she's the new KS. I said it months ago, she's going to take his spot. She's the next one up. People try to say it's the king, bitch. Melly, the fraud that cut her fucking nose, right? And they said, it's the other bitch. Man, fuck all them hoes. They're garbage. I mean, Melly, she's on that tip too, but I don't care for her either, but she's entertaining to me. But I study that channel, and I look, that's KS channel. Until she had that membership only shit, watch what I tell you. You niggas ain't gonna be typing in the chat. But them thirsty ones are gonna be the members. Watch. We're gonna see. I told you, she's at that tip. Only mod she's got is some brown person. A Latin dude. I forget his name, but he's the only mod on her channel. She had no mods. So I peeped what she's talking about. She's very freaky and aggressive, and she just, them talking points from the modern day manosphere, she do it better than you niggas. I'm laughing at you niggas psychologically. Y'all pathetic. And then she dissing you niggas on her own shit. She said pineapple, them bitches tell you pineapple, you whack. Y'all had the cam up. You gonna have to on they shit, especially her, because she's the only one I kind of respect. I don't care for her like that, but I respect her little platform. She'll cut you off. What's going on, man? What's going on, Mace? Salute. And she'll bounce your ass off. And I know her type. She's an aggressive type. Now, she's freaking and dropped those pre-records. That bitch said, hey, I got this shit. Y'all failing. I told you she's going to get 1 million real soon. Like, She'll go get 500,000 before this summer's out, and then the fall she's gonna get that million. Watch, she's not dumb. What she's doing is common. So her channel's gonna trend more. She's already got the fucking plaques, mind you. I think it's gold and silver plaques. She showed it on her pre-record, and I saw one of her shit, and I was like, "That's the new Kevin Samuels." But this is what I'm talking about. This is a response to Sergeant Willie Pete's pre-record that I put in. I want y'all to listen to it in the community tab. Yeah, he's an old legend of the original manosphere, but he had some points. Women versus white supremacy. And he's right. All women do think alike. They trying to get rid of that racial shit. Now, black women, they say it's racial, but they fake. They always want to side with the white woman. I've always believed that. And this has been my belief since the beginning. I listened to this guy named Black Pride, right? Years ago, with the Y. If he's still around, I don't think he does videos, but he's still around watching and observing. I hope he's alive, but that's whole nother. He's a former military guy, but all I gotta say about that, I think he went to the Navy. I don't know if he went to the Navy or Army or something. I forget what branch, but that dude was for real. He was about his shit. Let's just say that he was about his shit. He dated an Italian one time, and then he almost married an Ethiopian. So when he talked about these stories about these women that he dealt with, the green hair, because he lived in California, mind you. He actually lived in California. He used to live in LA, and he worked outside of LA. He said he never worked for the city of LA, but he also was those state troopers. He was part of that. But Black Pride was the truth, man. He said a lot about that shit. Yeah, white men don't give a fuck about them. They use them. I got a quick story for y'all. My mom told me about this dark-skinned black woman, but she had a white mindset. She was chocolate black, nice looking, but she was dating this Klans dude. Well known in my old state, where I'm originally from, but it's hot as hell all year because they got that heat wave, like 98 and above, my father was saying. That's a bad heat wave. That's when a lot of killings is going up there in Tennessee, especially in the Nashville area and in the middle part of Tennessee. Everybody gets violent. The guns start sparking, shooting. People get drunk. Ever since they've been locked down for 2 years, that's gonna rise up. Crime is rising up in that state. That's why you're not safe to live up there now, especially in the middle part. And Memphis is getting wild too. So that whole state is flamed up mode. So again, let's talk about the coon bitch that she know who she is, but she got her head blown off by that white supremacist, or should I say Klans guy? I don't want to say Klan guy because we're in the Klan state, the original Klan state, Tennessee. And he's walking around with that murder years later. Nobody didn't say shit about that. She went with that boy in that party. He did what he did and killed her ass. That's why our women are so messed up, and they programmed to believe that they okay than us. No, they're not. They way worse than us. You think the niggas is bad. You think the black man's bad. Bitch, please. White man's 10 times worse. He hates his own woman. He supports the alphabet group by extent, but he uses them as buffer. The white woman always have an issue with all men, no matter what color, because she's ass backwards anyway. Our women's ass backwards. They're programmed to fucked up like that. We started to say, fuck these hoes. They're not even women. I don't even like calling them women. I call them hoes. Hoes get destroyed every time. They lose every time. They so goddamn stupid and they want to use us as a weapon. No. Fuck out of here. That's what's wrong with societies. But you do have people co-signing that shit. So what Sergeant Willie P was saying, all women think alike. And they do. They put that race in their pocket. I don't care if you're a black man or a white man. They don't like all men at this point. Because if they want power, they're going to take it. That racism, you know what's going to stop racism? Women. I just figured it out. Women will stop it that easy than the men do. Because men, we care about nationalities, creeds, guilds, languages, and shit. That's what men cared about. Yeah, we do everything. Yeah, we made half of this world, but we didn't make all. I mean, we had a woman to help us do the rest of the trim machines, but we use it in paperwork and blood and of course, money. Written in stone. History shows that women, when they were leaders, they had men to protect them. That was it. They couldn't do it by themselves. They need men to protect them. That's why, if you notice in England, they have men soldiers. They ain't no damn woman soldiers. That's how she stays in power. Look at Merkel, for example. Power. She had to make sure her shit is right. That's why Germany is the way it is. But you got these niggas thinking women don't get power. They get power by force, but they need men to do it. And they try to call them simps. You can say they simps, whatever you not, but they're men. They're going to protect their asset, the woman. All men do this. This ain't got nothing to do with simping and whatever. You niggas don't know nothing about masculinity and manhood. Because men protect, a woman is nothing but a prize. I don't care if she leads the country or not. She's an asset, and she can be a liability. I said this before in my recent live streams last year, in passing, different streams I've done, this type of live streams I've done, blog streams, and I'm telling you, that's what I was thinking about them at the time, and I still do, because they're assets and they can be liabilities. Sometimes you can use them to get you some places, but they ain't gonna cooperate. But if they cooperate you gotta have some power behind you. That's just the way it is. They always respect power, protection, and authority, but they also respect, can you conquest people? See, women change like the weather. You have to understand, they do what they do. And the reason I don't argue with them on panels, they're fucking liabilities anyway. So I'm not going to argue with a person that don't know what they're talking about. They're just going to talk about what another man said that ain't right his damn self. She's messing with the wrong reflection. So I ain't a beggar. I don't give a fuck about these hoes on the internet. They hoes. They're not women. Because real women don't be on the internet like that. I mean, they're on there with their husbands. You do have some that's with their husband, and he's showing real leadership. And if you see people that do internet with families, it's structured. So the guy has to have structure, man. You can't just get a woman, try to make whores into a housewife, hoes to a housewife. You can't do that. Don't work that way. See, they let you know they hoes, man. Just do your thing. Do you got reform hoes? Yes. You got former pastors? Yeah, doing other real content, gun content, whatever content. But most of them are pass around. Let's just keep it real. Like, the world's corrupt. Like, I've learned to accept it. Hell, I learned to accept it on my last job. And years ago when I was doing this type of content. And I remember that shit's going to work in some degree. But the country's going to collapse regardless of who's ruling it. And I was preaching that shit years ago. I'm going to tell you about myself, why I made this title and then reference to Sergeant Wood P. He's going back to the days what it used to be. Because when women versus so-called white supremacy, they co-signed this system. They so dumb, men helped them build that system. They want to tear it down, try to have they don't work that way. No, bitch, you're controlled by it. No one really realizes it. You're never going to win that. Never. Now, can they make a woman president? Yes, but she has to have that white mindset, no matter what color the woman is. Look at Donald Trump, for example. He had to play the game. Even though he's a narcissist as fuck, that's why he don't run shit. He has no power. He's a fucking pawn. Most narcissistic people are fucking stupid. They just, they think about they got themselves. That's why they lose all the time. This is a sociopathic world. I try to tell y'all that. Look at most video games. Look at Grand Theft Auto. Most of your protagonists are sociopaths. They deal with narcissistic idiots all day, and they always get their head blown away. They know when they're going to die. They know when they're going to get fucked up. See, a psychopath, I'll give you an example about GTA 5. You got 3 types of characters. You got 2 sociopaths and 1 psychopath. I'll tell you how that works. Michael's a semi-psychopath, but he's got a family. But he's a sociopath because he got that stealth ability. I learned that about Michael over time. So I played 100% that game multiple times. And now about the 100% this one on Xbox in the next couple hours. And I learned a lot what they put in that game, why they picked those voice actors. One, Ned Luke, that played Michael, he was an actor. He was struggling. And I saw the interview. They interviewed those 3 guys look similar. He was struggling, but the guy that played Franklin was a rapper, I believe, or an actor as well. But his cousin is Young Melee. So I like both of their characters. And the reason why he's in my top 3, It's not the shooting and everything. It's the card ability. He represents what a modern nigga would be. So he is what he is, but he's your typical, so-called African-American or black man, but he exposed a lot of shit. And the voice actor was okay with that role. He said, you know what, he done the pedestrians of the Grove Street families, the ones that's heavy set. That was him, one of them voices, or Tarnell or whatever. But him saying that, and Young Melee, his cousin, the star of CJ, that's why it made $1 billion. But I'm telling you, they use those 3 characters for a reason. The one is 3 elements of CJ. But see, Franklin is a typical young nigga. Here's the key thing. Rockstar, when they do black characters or dark-skinned characters, it's 25 plus and above a little bit. Or youth. Let's key word, youth. I said this 2 days ago. The reason they do that, CJ was young, 24 plus or 25 or whatever, 26. See, Luis in the Battle of Gay Tony was 25. He's Dominican. He's dark skinned, right? Franklin is those two together. So if you look at that, he's going to have the most weight. He's the main protagonist. He's in the middle. Side, you got what? Michael. Michael's secondary. And the reason Michael's secondary, he was in a prequel to what that game is going to be about. So they use him as a stealth character. So CJ did learn stealth when he stole Mad Dog's rhyme books. There's a lot of symbolism in that game. And then the third one is the adrenaline junkie, Trevor, the foreigner. And I guess his age, he's like 39, but technically you can compare him to Nico because they're foreign. Number one, they're in the 30 plus or early 30s or late 30s. See, Michael was already at the age where Trevor was when they showed you that bank robbery in North Yankton. But see, here's the secret about Michael. Michael's born like Johnny. The Jew guy, Johnny Clevis or whatever. That lets me know why Rockstar did what they did. And they sped his age up to early 40s. So 3 characters. One has the rampage ability, that's Trevor, the Canadian. 2 Americans that are sociopaths, 1 psychopath Canadian. Interesting. But that whole concept of Grand Theft Auto, the whole game is about corruption in the police and societies that you see now. And corruption rules. Rockstar loves corruption in video games, especially Grand Theft Auto. They talking about vehicles and stuff, but corruption and drugs and law enforcement. We talked about that 2 days ago. And what I'm saying is you got that now. It's always been that way. See, they always go by the modern day society's problems, and it's political. And I mentioned 2024. It's a great year. Rockstar will drop a game in 2024. And mark my words, I said this last year, and I said this year, and I said this 2 days ago. They're going to do that shit. Rockstar is known for that shit. They're not looking for no weak-ass niggas on panels. They want to know, can you do this for like a 2-year stretch? Come with us right now, and then wait 2 years later, the game's going to come out. See, Rockstar is very strategic. They take their time to make these games, and they're going to revise it every time, each year, every 5 years, and they get better. Rockstar's not done. They're not done yet. When this game makes them way more billions, everybody's going to play it for a minute. They ain't going to make no another game after that. Rockstar's just going to be sitting in the cut getting more billions. This is how the world works, man. Once you make that money, it is a wrap. It is a wrap. But niggas don't see that. There's a lot of problems when you look at entertainment. Look at entertainment, for example, look at movies. It's in a lot of stuff. And let's speak about gender wars. It's manufactured. It's still manufactured today because we already won that online, but offline we haven't. And it's still manufactured. That's why you got these women believing that shit. Oh, I see it all on Twitter. Definitely fucking Instagram and YouTube, but YouTube really doesn't exist. The gender war on YouTube, a lot of people say it exists. It don't exist. That's just bullshit. It's all smoke and they hate each other. Twitter and Instagram gender war exists because that shit we did to women on here spread all over the other networks. So YouTube's not the place that they done restrict everything. So that's why a lot of dudes said, fuck this shit. This shit can collapse any day. I'm just telling y'all right now, just enjoy this shit while you got, or download these or whatever. Because there ain't gonna be no content in the future if they get too strict. YouTube will be dry for the rest of 5 years. That's my prediction. I don't think it's gonna go away, but I think it's gonna be dry. You do some pre-record content on whatever, and just keep it pushing. That's just the thing. I don't mind doing that content. I don't mind doing live streams. I don't mind doing whatever it takes. You just gotta get the content out there. Because pretty much, I'm seeing right now, niggas just being dumb right now. I mean, I took that long ass breaks for those 2 months, especially June and the early part of July, because I want to get away from this bullshit. Because sometimes this shit will drain the fuck out of you. It's not nigga shit, it's just YouTube, period. And I was peeping on other channels in Grand Theft Auto community, and it's not changed. I subscribe to this dude named Professional. He does a lot of lore videos about these characters, but what he don't understand about black characters and movies, if you watch Menace to Society and all that, San Andreas is based off all that. Colors, Menace to Society, Crash. That was their corruption. Same with fucking GTA 5. Every time Rockstar does successful in the West Coast, the Wild Wild West, they make billions. Billions of dollars. That one made billions of dollars. Number 5. The character switching is no joke. I gotta watch some of these Grand Theft Autos on my watch latest before I watch my Gear shit. And then they didn't take me back to the days where I used to play GTA San Andreas back in 07 and in the years. And then Saints Row kind of was competing with them. The first 2 games were the shit. The third game after that, they fell off. That company couldn't compete with Rockstar, not just sales, but they couldn't maintain that threshold. You know who took their spot? Ubisoft. With the Watch Dogs. They did the first one and the second one. The third one's great. That's why you don't see no Grand Theft Auto games after that. But Rockstar's still around. They had that RDR, Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. And 2, they took their online away because they already got what they need out of that. They said, fuck it, we're going to stick with our moneymaker Grand Theft Auto. Now, they got a lot of other games besides those games. They have the racist one, the LA Noir. They kept saying colored to certain characters. I didn't play that game. I was going to get that game when that came out. And they got some more games. They got Max Payne series, if you play him, the cop. See, cop games, they get a little success, but see, they got to make it like GTA. Like, anything GTA or Midnight Club, those are their 2 hitters. And Max Payne is probably another one, but Manhunt was going to be their one. That's the most vicious, violent game. Now, the first one is selling very well in the PlayStation 2 era. And the second one, they couldn't sell it around the world because Australia, they banned it. It's too gory. So the first 2 is good, but there ain't going to be another Manhunt game. The only way they got to do that is make it modern, what you see in modern in suspense movies and horror movies. They're gonna have to make it like that. And plus, the Bully game, the first Bully was good. I don't know how they're gonna make a third one because, you know, they were young. Kid shit. So Rockstar is capable. They in that world. They have to make changes. Like I said, 2024 is a brand new year for change. And you'll see a lot of changes. This is gonna see where y'all stand at 2 years from now. Because I'm saying this on the stream right now because, like I titled the video, like, well, Sergeant Will Peace said, the women in that, yes, that's going to determine. You see it in Grand Theft Auto. They have always support the agenda. They always support the women being video games and shit. Look at Grand Theft Auto Online. Look at GTA 4. They try to add a woman character. They'll be the first to do it. And that's going to change shit. She could be gay. She could be whatever. And nobody's not going to say nothing about it. And watch what I tell you. YouTube's going to promote it. That copyright shit's going to die off in the future. I don't think it's going to die off right now. But it's going to be about masters. Most artists are going to get tired of these labels taking their masters away. These labels going to disappear. They're just in the way. It's like politicians. They have no means to end. Look at Elon Musk trying to muscle his way in Twitter. And I bet you Twitter probably didn't win that lawsuit. I don't know if they win that lawsuit. They ain't going to beat Elon Musk. He's got too much money. He ain't paying for shit. He can change some shit and grow it. He just need a team. See, they fighting over money. Elon Musk may win that. He has a good case. I've said he jumped the gun. He did jump the gun, but in reality, I think he's going to win that. I don't think he's going to pay shit. Good luck with that. That motherfucker's not paying. And Twitter don't have that type of mentality to build. So it's pretty much the same old, same old. And like I said, man, like you gotta understand, most of the times you see this a lot, and you got people just going around and be like, okay, what's the next step of us in life? And then you gotta look at a few things. You gotta look at how we're gonna change society, how we're gonna, move around and move forward. So to me, you gotta change yourself first and then stop complaining or whatever. I tell these dudes, look, you see the messaging, the handwriting on the wall. People's changing. But I think the good thing about this, even though Roe v. Wade, black men should not be celebrating that. That ain't our business. That's just something to get off the men, because it's really designed all men. But black men in particular, they used that back in the day. That changed now. It's all men. So all men is celebrating. They shouldn't be celebrating. They can bring that same law back and call it something else. I ain't gonna speak on abortion. I mean, she do what she want with her body, but try to use it as a child support thing or a birth control thing. So what's gonna happen to her? She's gonna be obsolete. They still gonna be whores regardless, or don't have the baby. All it's gonna be on the streets. That's what women were saying. Abortions in the streets illegal. It's gonna happen. So you cannot worry about what people are saying in so many words. I'm just saying it should be saying. So I'm telling you, man, don't celebrate, because things can change in 2024. Because 2022, if you have a gun race, they're going to try to change some shit, and that's going to enhance it 2 years later. See, they sitting on laws right now. See, these people in politics, they sitting on shit that y'all have no idea. See, Google and YouTube is sitting on shit because they follow the political game. They're not just following everybody's what they're saying. They're making rules, but it don't mean anything. It's gonna die off. Whoever's president, they gonna get controlled by wherever they say in government, because they gotta play by the rules. All these sites that we're on, they're playing by the rules. That's why you gotta be mindful of what you're saying. But they can cut this off if they want to. They'll tell you, like, look, we're gonna go out of business. We got bought. And I talked about that Tumblr shit with the big women. We said about that 2 days ago. That was a political ploy. And it can't backfire, because women got a lot to say than we do. Now, we have a lot to say by doing it, and we don't need to talk. We just do it and cut their asses off. So the Donald Trump thing don't matter. Now, somebody put him in there. He just kind of fucked up the way things were, and they're not going to let that happen again this time around. And they probably ain't going to let it happen in 2024. No, they want to establish what they got. And that's why people are not going to vote ever again, because it's going to collapse. Now, these other parties, like the Libertarian Party, that actually stopped Donald Trump from winning. A lot of people try to say that it didn't, but it actually did. Green Party ain't doing shit. They need to get off that tree hugging shit and just deal with reality. Look at the stuff in the video games and messaging. They dealing with reality that people do fuck up, and there's a lot of fucked up people like that. No matter what region of the city you're from, Rockstar's one of those games. If you do open world, they're standard. Everybody else is not standard. They ain't shit. Saints Row had a chance. Voltolition fucked up, and now you're trying to remake the series. You stupid. Or THQ or somebody, but Voltolition, they fucked up. D Silver, y'all trash. Nobody cares about y'all. Hell, I won't be surprised they get bought by Rockstar. Rockstar's greedy. They'll buy half of these games if they want to, and don't give a fuck. Because it's about money. It's about publishing rights. It's like the labels in the music industry. Everybody wants to be the king. Look at cell phones. Look at all that shit. Tech world shit. People's talking about the latest shit. They talking about that fucking RCP2, the Rodecaster Pro 2. That bullshit. A lot of people say it has firmware issues. They said they still up there. It don't matter. It got issues. Ain't nobody buying that shit. That shit cost $700. Ain't nobody buying that mixer. You crazy. And Focusrite's laughing. They got a software and an interface with 2 channels, and you have a smart gain that gives you 72 dB of gain or some shit for that popular microphone everybody like to use on podcasts. Yeah. That's what it was about. So, industries is changing, man. And what I talk about so-called societies, that means white supremacy and things like that. And then the bullshit correctness, political correctness. You can't even play music because of the copyright shit. That's what's killing it. And I've noticed that in the Grand Theft Auto community, you can't play certain songs or on the radio station, they'll flag you. Especially if you monetize it, they'll flag the shit out your shit. They'll flag you based off some bullshit and try to stop you from growing. So I already know the game. They taking 40% right now. A lot of people say they're taking 30. No, they're taking 40. Because it's actually 40%. Because I don't think it's 30. I believe it's 40. Because it used to be 30 last year. And I said they're going to take 40%. I said that last year they're going to take 40. And they're going to do it this year because if you can't hide your subscribers, which you can't, they're not going for that. They're not going for that. You got to show them who supports you or not. So, it's 50 minutes. I'll finish this by an hour. I'll wait till an hour hits. Because I got to get going because it is what it is. Because I got to get going because I'm going to see what's up. Because I got to see what's up. Yeah, I got to see what's up. Yeah, because I wait till the hour mark hits, and I got 51 minutes and 30 seconds, so I'm only get an hour in. Because I usually do hours on self live streams because I don't usually stay that long because the dog's barking, my mom's dog, and I'm just gonna just chill and talk the rest of the way. And we're gonna talk about SWP's latest pre-record, and he touched on some real things. He was talking about Captain Solo. I might mention that. I'll say coming Thursday, and that's a good clip he had. I'll drop the link as normal. Thursday Thrills is the same thing as Sunday Madness, but I ain't gonna allow that bullshit on my panels and shit. And we're gonna be talking about it for hours and hours. And I think the main thing is we see what's going on, but it's pretty much the same opportunities of I've always seen. But a lot of people, they're just gonna be who they are, and people have fallouts, people have problems. And we see it a lot. And I don't care about other individuals don't like me. I don't give a fuck about them. Talking all that weak shit. And they ain't shit they damn selves. Niggas ain't about nothing. Like, ain't nobody give a fuck about your weak asses. Y'all niggas is lame, bro. Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't on shit. That's why Anger Man is punking y'all asses right now. And fuck Mount Man. Because I know so-called Angry Man, but I call him Mount Man, bitch ass nigga. But anyways, I don't fuck with that nigga like that. Because y'all nut ride that nigga all the time. Love him or hate him, y'all nut ride that nigga, man. It's just what it is. I don't fuck with niggas like that. And I look at niggas sideways all the time. I can shut down this stream anytime I want to, but I don't feel like I just want to hear people on the playback. But a lot of these niggas, they fake, bro. And I learned that from last year. They was looking for cover. And I was okay. And I had a phase, but if y'all ask me about that, I don't care about that shit. Them niggas ain't shit. This is gonna tell you like that and just move on, because they ain't about that. Fuck all them niggas, man. Like, I stand alone, and I'm gonna start doing that from now on. And I think I won't pick and choose who's gonna come on, and if I don't deal with you, I don't get you up out of there. I don't fuck with you like that. It's just what it is, man. Like, I'm on a different type of time. I'm trying to move forward. I ain't got time for this shit. It's not about having a comfortable year. I'm saying fuck all you niggas for real, because y'all made your allegiance. I'm gonna say fuck you from now on. And it's gonna be like that. The angst is forever. Until I say so. I'm just not gonna acknowledge y'all ever again. But that's, I ain't worried about nothing. And it's just what it is. Niggas gonna be fake all day. But that just shows you how sorry people are. And I see it in the chat room. I see it in Ramil's chat. Whole ass nigga try to dox somebody. Fake as a motherfucker. Fuck him. And then it's just what it is. Like, they hoes, bro. And that's basically what I'm saying. I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I want some other shit. Like when I get on my political shit, I don't acknowledge you niggas. All I care about is the engagement and the playback, especially during these streams. These streams help. I love these self-live streams. You can see me. It's the only time y'all can see me live and talking, camera on and all that stuff. That's the only time y'all can see me. I'm not giving up on those panel streams every now and then. But you got dudes want to use your shit like a little bitch. Fuck them niggas. But that's the whole purpose how fake they are, because they ain't got no content. Ain't nobody listening to them like that. So they don't know that. Most of the views you're seeing now, that's your actual views, but the views that you saw last year, everybody liked it, those are pandemic views. I'm gonna call them pandemic views. Pandemic views is just like when people get stuck in the house, your views go up. And I saw this in 2020, 2 years ago, and then I saw it last year, and that's how my shit got up. And people have said, well, you was getting views in this, and if they ever ask, no, it's pandemic views. I know what it is. It's called pandemic views for a reason. People watch you, they want something new, and now they just want to forget about you, and I respect it. That's live streams. Pre-record is a lot harder. It's a lot harder. You got to do all extra. I don't edit my shit. I don't do nothing. I say what I say, and I get the fuck up out of there. But I do like a premiere. I don't say much. I always say less, but I always say a lot on when I do those live streams. I usually do 4 hours, 3 hours of live stream. I don't usually do those marathon streams because I had StreamYard. StreamYard is too costly. I'm not paying $290 something dollars to spend to add extra features. I'm not doing that. If I had a separate bank account, I would definitely do it for Thursdays and after streams. I'll definitely do that shit. But right now, I'm not in that position. I'm not trying to, because I ain't that greedy with the money. It's not about money for me. It's actually doing this type of content and just move forward and help somebody else that needs help to understand how the world works. That's what my channel's always been about. A little bit of philosophy there and there. I could drop some jewels a little bit. And that's what I do, man. Like, I see it for what it is and what people are saying. And I look at everybody on YouTube. I observe. I'm an observer for a reason. I observe a lot of bullshit that people be spewing. And I'll create some more content and just talk about it and get my thoughts on it and let y'all know, because you can't do much on YouTube. You just got to do this type of style of videos and they're okay with it. Oh, the replay value matters. The engagement matters. People be in and out of my shit matters. See, when I do self live streams or vlog streams, what they want to call, this works for me. Hell, it's like the greatest stress reliever of all time, because when I do this to y'all, I do this for y'all sometimes. Like normally, I should have did this years ago. I didn't think this was possible. I should have did this years ago. Because if I was in that position, I was doing that a long time ago. Have it on the cell phone. At the time, I didn't know how the camera worked, But since the Android came in, it's pretty much what you see, what you get. But some people, they're going to talk their shit. They're going to talk their bullshit. They're going to talk whatever. And I respect that. I don't acknowledge them. They say, hey, such and such talking about you. I don't give a fuck about them. Fuck them niggas. They nobody's to me, bro. It's somebody I just did content with and then in theirs, and I stopped fucking with them. It happens. This is, YouTube is the only place I've noticed that. This ain't no brotherhood. It doesn't exist. I said that 10 years ago. I told y'all about myself last year. I don't trust any nigga on this shit. So a lot of them are fake as hell. And I stand on that. That's 10 years long ago. And now I'm still right. I ain't trying to be right. Because I know I'm right. Because I know black men don't come together. And Wacky said this 2 days ago, which is true. That's any of these niggas, bro. And you see it, what Sarge was saying, he's in this pro-black unity thing. That shit's dead, bro. Like, Sarge, what you just showed with that women versus white supremacy, you're making it clear for me to understand, yeah, people's on that, but that shit died, bro. Hell, the hoes are winning. Niggas don't like when we say hoes are winning. And I know they've been winning. They run the game shit. Look at Melly Monaco, the new KS. She took the spot. And roasting you niggas at that. Her friend Cell, she's from France originally, even though her people's, Caribbean or whatever. She's letting you know she don't give a fuck about none of you niggas on panels. She know y'all a bunch of hoes. She knows this. What's that boy from Philly? Taekwondo. If I was him, if I was that young man, he said he's a Gemini. He's 21. He was 20 last year. He just probably turned 20 last year. I believe he's 21 this year. That young man needs to calm down. That young man from Philly needs to calm down and stop doing this bullshit and expect people to like this dude. And they clown him in the chat. Hell, Billy don't want your young ass. It's a little boy to them. Especially these hoes on the panels that she promoting. Y'all done. So with that, y'all, I'm going to go peace. And I'm signing off. I'll come back next time. And, you know, I'll probably come Friday, talk about something different. Because this is a response to Sergeant Wood Pete, how he looks at society, women versus white, so-called white supremacy. Like, I call mine's bullshit correctness equals political correctness. And also so-called societies like white supremacy, which it don't exist. It's failing as we speak. We already see the wars. And everybody's killing each other like roaches after that pandemic. So with that, I want to say peace and shalom. Until next time, I'm signing off and I'm out.